My obsession caused this great foulness, and it is shameful that I must rely upon you to set it right.
Welcome back to Darkest Dungeon, everyone. Yes, that timestamp is indeed correct. I'm sorry. Today, joining us, we have, famous for his work in the Full Spectrum Warrior LP, it's Risen.
Hello.
I don't think anyone watched that LP. It's okay.
I think maybe 5 people watched it, and that means at least 5 people know me.
5 people watch it, and it's all the co-commentators. But anyways, today marks the last of the quote-unquote regular runs, because there's no real big differences in champion mode, and also I'm bringing in some Kickstarter accessories, mainly because after the stream I posted last time as a quote-unquote bonus episode, there's a lot of interesting and exotic ones, and I figured it'd be kind of neat to bring them in. But yeah, this is the first of the new episodes of content that came out with the champion mode Radiant mode update as well. Which means I am, effectively blind, in a way? This video we're not gonna see it, but next episode we're gonna see one of the new monsters in full effect, and oh man. I don't like these new monsters. Holy shit, dude. But yeah, I
just want to point out what a smooth fucking edit that was.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That was really good.
I got a couple interesting items, one of them called Burritotopia. Crest of the 1100 is kind of neat to me. I like how that item works. Handy Haversack is cute. Headhunters of Herbs is nice for when you don't have a Wolf's Charm. Got a leveling one. Got the Necronomicon for the high level healing, and this one's really good. Like, it turns
oh yeah,
it turns the Occultist, the Vestal, and the Arbalist into high speed healers / damage dealers. But yeah, there's a reason why this episode is so fucking long. I want to get an Ancestors accessory.
Oh, they actually tell you what town events you're gonna get if you do certain quests.
Yeah, for the Purity and cleanup ones, you get told what town event you get afterward.
Huh, so it's not even like a chance anymore? You're just going to get that...
I don't think it was
those events?
I don't think it was a chance period.
So I see you have a level 6 Vestal.
Skytalon is our first level 6.
When's Skytalon going into the Darkest Dungeon?
Once we...
As that is the fate of all level 6 characters.
Yeah, that'll be when we kill all the bosses.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, I have a tough time figuring out what I want to do with Gluck Gluck, though, because, in champion mode, you really don't want to stack stress items.
It annoys me that Gluck Gluck does not have master level armor.
Yeah, I think
it annoys me in a really big way.
I mean, yeah, I'm a little tight on funds, and I believe this episode that's gonna change.
You could afford the master armor for Gluck Gluck.
I actually can. It's about, I believe I have the money maxed out, the discount maxed out on the blacksmith, so that's about $3,000.
Yeah, that's
so in theory, I could.
Yeah.
Also, I'm finally listening to you, Chitlin. I'm getting rid of all the accessories I don't really use.
I've screamed at you for 48 episodes and something finally got through.
I kind of learned while doing testing on Radiant mode that if you include any Kickstarter accessories, a lot of the accessories from green downward become wholly worthless. I mean, some of them are still powerful, but a lot of the Kickstarter accessories have unique and interesting mechanics that may not do stuff as well as, say, a green or blue accessory, but it's still worth using over some of the new stuff. There you go.
Thank you.
Whoa.
Thank you. I'm glad you listened to my bitching in the past.
Yeah, when I record these sessions, I'm starting to have this mindset of, man, Chitlin's gonna be pissed.
What is Chitlin gonna complain about this time?
What is Chitlin going to get angry about today? Well, the first thing was the timestamp, which is a legit complaint.
Yeah.
Lucky for you, I didn't see the timestamp.
Don't tell him. It's better if he doesn't know.
I wasn't paying attention at all.
Yeah, prep work's a little goofy because, I got 3 files of Darkest Dungeon going. I got a stream file for goofing around in. I got a Radiant mode testing file, and now I got this, so I'm just kind of bouncing in between, shit, what file is this? Oh right, this one doesn't have the hunger ring. I'm a little irritated about that. Whatever. But yeah, the thing for this to take home is that in champion mode, they incentivize you for doing long champion runs by giving you unique accessories called ancestor gear. Also, at this point I forgot that there was an event that has all the stuff available for sale, which means I don't have a lot of food.
Oh.
Well, you better hope you got lucky with those hunger procs.
I sure fucking didn't.
Oh no.
What are you doing?
I'm going to the cove, so I'm bringing a lot of things. Namely, I'm bringing a bunch of herbs because I'm going to be exploiting Vidate, and I'm bringing a lot of bandages because I don't have a plague doctor with me right now.
These salt-soaked caverns are teeming with pelagic nightmares.
Now, you take a look at this map and you think it's not that long, right?
You're gonna scroll down and there's gonna be like another half bit or something.
There are so many fucking fights in this video, it's surreal.
Well, it's a long champion mode dungeon, that's what they do.
Yeah, so the big thing about champion mode dungeons is that all the numbers are ramped up. If you saw that cultist witch, she now has 35 dodge and resistances up into the 70s.
Hell yeah.
There's no such thing as a guaranteed stun or a guaranteed move or a guaranteed bleed anymore. With how high the resistances get, there's always going to be roughly a 20% chance of failure on any crowd control.
So, for those of you watching, episode 48 is where Darkest Dungeon gets fucking fun.
Yeah. This is one, like, you know how everybody has that moment in the beginning when they struggle and they're just like, Jesus Christ, I hate this game, why am I not hitting anything? And then after a while it kind of clicks, and you start understanding, and then you get all the gear and you start feeling good and you're ahead of the curve? Well, the curve bounces back and then you're back in the... Forgot about that. So yeah,
sounds like Conquer, Jesus Christ.
Oh, Conquer, yeah. But yeah, by the time you get to champion mode, the difficulty curve is bounced back to where you're basically back at that beginning state of, why am I missing 8 moves in a fucking row? Why can I not land a hit to save my life? How the hell did the enemies get 5 crits in a row? It's not gonna...
The important questions. And the answer is the game hates you.
Pretty much.
When I was playing this game on my own, long before this LP, and I first hit the champion levels, I was actually getting, like, bored of veteran and easy mode dungeons.
Yeah.
And then I hit champion, and I fell in love with the game again because it got fun.
Yeah.
Where people started dying left and right, it was great.
Yeah. It's not gonna make the cut, but there was one short run in champion mode when I was going through the cove, where, imagine fighting a fish stack on champion mode twice.
Oh, I don't have to imagine that.
Yeah. And if that wasn't only the bad thing, I got hit with a encounter that was one of the new boss type, or new enemy types, that's really fucking good at causing stress damage. And a ghoul, and the only thing the ghoul did was howl. So, yeah. That's another thing about champion mode, they fucking love stress damage.
Why kill somebody with claws, tooth, or weapon when you can just cause them to have a heart attack?
Mm-hmm. Like, you see me play this game and you know that HP damage is no big thing. Stress damage, though, really sticky.
But you brought a jester.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say, I want to say both in the Cove and in the Ruins, on Champion Mode, I want to say a Jester's almost mandatory. You want to bring either a Jester or a Houndmaster and a Crusader with both their stress skills. Because there is so much fucking stress damage down here.
You do not need to go that far.
I honestly think so, because whenever I don't, I have at least 2 or 3 people get afflicted per run.
I'm not seeing the problem.
Quiet you.
That just makes
I think
it
that's
more
the fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you play this game without that sort of cascading failure, it's just any other RPG.
I mean, you're not wrong. It really does add an element of danger and, you know, sense of risk, and you constantly wonder, why do I keep risking my life for these treasures? Why don't I just beat the fucking game? And
Because you want greater rewards.
yeah, exactly. And it's just the big issue I have is that it's such a hard transition. Like, in a way, the veteran dungeons, the middle ground, is a lot easier than beginning game and late game. And I think they add that.
It's just a very wonky curve.
I think they add that in to give you a sense of, you know, confidence. You're just like, yeah, I'm understanding the game. This is great. And then they go ahead and, you know, get the sock with the batteries in it and then deck you across the head with it.
There's some sort of quote about overconfidence, but I can't think of it right now.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and steady killer.
Precision and
Insidious.
power.
Insidious, thank you. I mean, I know I
a
have
good
280 hours in this game, but man, I can't remember absolutely everything.
They can
Yeah.
be beaten.
Congrats, you won.
Welcome to the theme of I don't know what the fuck to throw away this run.
Torches.
No. I refuse.
Shocking. Wait, you're not gonna go to that room?
Believe me when
There's 2 curios in a fight, Highway. Think of the loot.
Believe me when I tell you this, Chitlin. Loot's not gonna be a fucking problem this run. In fact, it is an opposite problem in that I have too much money. It's like that scene at the end of Stalker Shadow Chernobyl. I get crushed by money. By the way, a savage.
Yeah, I like that guy.
This is, you know how he punches.
Very good design.
You know how he punches you in the neck for 8 bleed damage in veteran mode? It's now 10, and the crit rate is ramped up. So there will be opportunities where you will be taking 50 points of bleed damage consistently. I'm
Still not as bad as a fish stack.
yeah,
A decisive
because
Nothing will ever be as bad as the fucking fish stack. to me.
yeah, a champion fish stack is horrifying. They're fast,
Oh,
they
God,
have high
yeah.
crit rate, and there's 4 of them. At least
I was honestly thinking when I was going through the champion dungeons that the final boss is just going to be like 2 veteran fish stacks. Like that. That's the only thing that could make it worthwhile.
yeah, the big thing about the Ua Crusher is that while it has the capacity to do 30 to 50 damage every turn, he's still only he's still only 1 action, and he's using 2 spots. In a way, fighting big enemies is better because there's less actions on the field.
True.
Yeah.
When you have a situation like 4 fishmen or, say, a cultist stack with 2 witches, Jesus Christ.
The economy of actions goes against your enemies, and that gives you the advantage that you need to kick their ass.
Mm-hmm. Of course, it could also be a situation like when I had to fight a ghoul and something else, and I couldn't get to the ghoul, and all he kept doing was screaming. Tidal Slam is probably one of the more threatening skills in my opinion, just because it does such a good job at fucking with your formation.
Yeah, and even if you had the Holy Lance, you couldn't get back up with the enemies just in the front row like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is unfortunate. I think Holy Lance needs a bit more versatility.
It should hit rank 2 at least. Rank 2 to
Yeah.
rank 2 to 3 in my opinion. Like, there are so many ways to hit rank 4, there are so many ways to hit rank 1. Holy Land should just be 2 and 3.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Now Normally I would try to commit my Crusader into doing stress healing at this point, but I think I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Also,
You don't have much stress.
I was mighty impressed that my Jester resisted that bleed. I just sat there like, holy shit, dude.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
So much fucking money. By the way, in Radiant mode, they increased the stacks of all money.
Are we in Radiant mode?
Or not, the Radiant mode update, I should say.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Like, the update itself increased gem stacks, certain gem values, and money stack. Right now, max money in general is 1750. Gem stacks are 5 gems each.
Ooh.
And also, emeralds and jades are increased in price, because they have an affinity for green, I don't know.
Impressive.
What about citrines? Are they still useless?
They are still 250 gold, get rid of them.
Why?
Because fuck the haters.
Aren't they like the most basic of gems anyway?
They're the same rarity as jade.
Yeah, but now
But jade got an increase, and citrines are still the fucking dump gem.
Citrines are for scrubs.
Pretty much. I mean, Chitlin, what would you do if your girlfriend came to you today and said, honey, I got you a wonderful looking gem, and it was a citrine?
Oh, I don't know shit about gems, so I'd probably think it was pretty cool.
Well, good point. I mean, if she explicitly said, honey, I got you a citrine, which would be kind of weird.
A little bit. Like, that's kind of out of character for our relationship, but whatever.
Yeah.
Can't believe that citrine has replaced the diamond as the go-to engagement gem.
It's the most romantic thing, this piss yellow gem. But yeah, oh god, fish stack. It's so awful. I'm doing fine.
I mean, you got that early surprise on them, so you pretty much shut them down right off the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It helps that this is a really good team. You have the Jester for spike damage, you have the Crusader for taking hits, you have fuck, what's her name? Grave Robber for hitting every rank. This is actually a really good team.
To a killing blow.
Oh.
I probably would have brought like either a leper or a man-at-arms instead of a Crusader, but I mean, it seems to be working for you.
Yeah, the Crusader is... I brought the Crusader just because, you know, I like the Crusader. He's not S tier, but he's a good balance of utility and just raw damage. Though I would say somebody else would be better here because he's not built for the Cove.
Victory, nonetheless.
He'd be
Yeah, if you would go into the
Yeah.
ruins, definitely bring a Crusader, but
definitely I think a Hellion or a Man-at-Arms would be better here. I don't know about a Leper.
leopards are always good.
Actually, you know... Oh, here's a new...
In every situation.
Here's a new treasure.
Otherworldly
Oh.
corruption.
Look at that value.
Wow.
Ooh.
Huh.
Yeah, they added that with the Radiant mode.
A blazing star is born.
They added that with the Radiant mode update, and it's really good, but you only can have a stack of 1.
Oh my god, you threw away a stack of torches for money?
Yeah, I learned a lot of things, like, in between the episodes with Jade and Skippy, I've become more accepting of AoE. The only reason that fucking failed is because that's a level 1 skill, so it has like 75% accuracy deducted by,
Why? Why would you even equip that?
I wasn't thinking, I thought it was higher level than it was, but then I was just like, wait a minute, why is it missing so much? Oh, no wonder! 75% accuracy against people with like 25 plus dodge. Jesus.
It's such a good skill if you actually level it up.
It is. I do level it up later on. I don't know if
I would hope so.
I think it's in one of the videos in the recap, though. But it's definitely a good skill, especially if you have, say, if you have a Jester that focuses on bleed skills or a Hellion. That skill increases bleed damage, or the chance for bleed damage if they get hexed by it.
Oh.
By the way, we glazed over it before, but you know that zombie bomb that we killed? It does 12 to 20 damage now on basic attack.
That
Ow.
Oh, just its swipe
Mm-hmm.
does 12 to 20?
Yeah, that thing...
Well, that is just unfortunate.
Yeah, luckily I don't let it live to see the light of day anymore. I don't want to repeat of what happened before.
The way is lit. The path is clear.
Also,
Require only
I don't know if I'm imagining
to follow it.
things, but in starter and veteran dungeons, those fish mages usually can't dual stress anyone. In champion mode, they sure do fucking love to do that, to the point where I don't even think it's a chance anymore. I think it's just, you know, guaranteed they could do stress damage to 2 people at once.
Well, I know
It's
they
very
can
rude of
definitely
them.
do it in the veteran dungeons.
Yeah, in veteran and basic difficulty, it's a chance. I think in champion, it's a guarantee. Actually, no, it's not. I do remember one instance where it's one person, but I think the odds are like ramped up to 90%. But
I mean, luckily it doesn't seem to be that bad of stress damage.
Yeah.
it's diluted across 2 people, which is why. But
Yeah.
when you have situations where it's 2 fish mages, oof.
True.
And if you're in a situation where you don't have a jester or don't have a crusader, stress damage is really sticky. Like, I'm hard pressed to say it is the hardest thing to restore in this game.
Well, you're not supposed to be able to restore it. You're supposed to be able to mitigate it enough to get through the dungeon, but not enough to, like, stay at
Cure
negative
yourself.
stress. Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, it's supposed to be a losing battle, is what it was designed to be, but...
Yep.
But some people found ways. Namely,
Yep.
they'd go to like fucking they would do medium runs exclusively to take stressed out people and then have the jesters zero them out.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely cheaper, but much like everybody says, it really does betray the philosophy of the game. That's
Yeah.
Far less fun.
that's also why I don't do the 4 antiquarian run and try to exploit getting really rare accessories.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Oh, what the fuck do I do?
Throw away the torches.
No. Why are you so...
You have 2 stacks of firewood. You're gonna be fucking fine. Throw it away, Highway. Don't you close that. Damn you.
Gathered close in
Like, I'm gonna tell you, like I told you before,
uneasy companionship.
money's not gonna be a problem here.
Okay. You know what's also not a problem? Light. It's fine. You don't need it.
You just train your characters to fight in the dark and they'll be fun.
Yeah, I haven't done that though. I don't have any dark accessories except for the crown.
You should get some more and do dark runs.
I could get some from the Kickstarter accessories pile, but maybe as like a bonus video, but I don't know.
Can you get multiples of the Kickstarter accessories?
I believe you could only get 1. You could get more if you sell it, but they sell for like 1 gold.
Yeah.
So in theory, there's infinite money. Eh?
That sounds
Yeah.
really unfun to do.
Yeah. That would be the worst exploit ever.
You just have to sell this one item over and over again at an infinitum.
Mm-hmm. Like, you would have to sell it literally 3,000 times to afford the maximum armor at this rate. So yeah, just play the fucking video game, kids.
I would rather grind. I would rather grind.
It's more fun. You're actually doing what the game wants you to do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I always love those things of like...
What?
What's up?
Did you just use a bandage on the Crusader for no reason?
No, he had bleed. I just didn't want to waste a camp
Oh,
skill
did he?
on it. Yeah, it was hard to
I
tell
did-
because of the campfire.
I didn't see it.
I do gotta say though, with all this editing, I think I'm enjoying Darkest Dungeon a lot more at 2 times speed.
Yes. The sped up voices really add a lot.
Yo, Darkest Dungeon, I appreciate the Radiant mode update. Let's make this quicker by having a Sanic update. Give me a turbo button. How did you miss a jellyfish?
I mean, have you tried to hit a jellyfish. One, it's not recommended. Two, they're very hard to actually touch.
They're very slippery creatures.
Yes. They're mostly water and have no brains.
Mm-hmm. Also, they don't shock you and stun you.
No, they purely use neurotoxins.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fucking eldritch horror chitlin. It's gonna have lightning.
I mean, I'm just saying the lightning shouldn't be there if we're talking about Earth biology.
This isn't Earth biology, though, chitlin. We're looking at a biped fish that has learned to use tools.
There's nothing... Okay, the absence of biped fish that know how to use tools is not the proof of the absence of fish.
Oh my god, don't fucking use that argument here.
We're doing this now. We're doing this. There could be biped fish. We haven't explored the deepest parts of the ocean yet, Highwang.
We have explored some of the deepest parts of the trench. We found a Fanta can.
Yeah,
Fanta.
It was fucking great, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I would laugh if we actually do manage to explore the depths and find a fishman civilization and they're just like, yo, can you get more Let's Plays for us? We're really bored down here.
I can't believe that Highwang will tap the unknown fishman market.
Oh, that's not a good disease to get. Negative 10%.
No, that's really bad.
Yeah, negative 10% damage on my guy who I bring mainly to do damage. Fuck. Now, I could cure that with a camp because, for whatever reason, grave robbers are really good at curing diseases.
Yeah, they've got a magical snuff box. Holy
It's 'cause
crap,
they're
you're
grave
getting a lot of
robbers and
journal
they
entries.
They really ramped up the drop rate for them. It's so weird. Yo, Wei Jun, I really hope you're watching this LP. I hope you're enjoying your voice at 200% speed, because we sure do.
2 jellyfish and a bomb.
Yeah, I wonder who the threat is here.
I'm gonna guess the shield guy.
Yeah, because the shield guy could protect the bomb, and then we'll have a sad time. But then again, we got the surprise.
There you go.
Yeah, we got the surprise, and Crusader is anti-unholy, which is what the bomb is. So we're fine.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The one unholy
so-
enemy here.
Yeah, there's one thing in the well actually I guess the crew would be unholy as well.
Yeah, it is.
So I guess there's 2 things you could bring a crusader to do in the cove.
The ground quakes.
Unstun that hit.
I mean, you should be happy.
It's one of those things where it's like a joy so overwhelming that you can't believe it.
Yeah, I believe that sounds about right.
Were you gonna say you believe it?
I mean, I'm not Naruto, but sure.
What?
That's...
Never mind. Never mind. I don't care. I'm moving on.
Can't wait for the comments to try and badger Chitlin into explaining what Naruto is.
First of all, I know what Naruto is. Second, I haven't watched it and I never will.
You really shouldn't. I remember I bought like 3 or 4 of the comics and then I thought, what the fuck is wrong with me?
All I know is there's a ninja who apparently wears orange sweatpants to a fight, and that's not what ninjas wear, so fuck that show.
That show has everything not to do with ninjas. It's basically DBZ, but with like a, I want to say, you know, early era Japanese aesthetic. Because everybody wears the kimonos and the fucking straw hats and shit, and nothing they do is about... You know what? Let's stop this conversation.
Let's talk about Blood Raining Knight, right, Risen? God
Yeah.
damn it. I hate that fucking story.
Well, we should be thankful that we're recording this instead of having me read that.
I guess.
Wait, what are you guys talking about?
I've been reading a fanfic called Blood Raining Knight
Oh!
for Chitlin, Westman, and Carnival.
Yeah.
It's really good because it pisses all 3 of them off, but they keep coming back to hear more.
Made clear.
I have to fit. I can't leave it unfinished at this point. It has to be it has to be done.
I was gonna say, y'all got brain damage for reading shit like that? Because I saw that and I was just like, I'm gonna go this way now.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. First of all, Risen described it in the same vein as My Immortal, which I fucking love.
Oh, you got trapped
But-
into this.
But it is not My Immortal. It is so
I
much
mean,
worse.
I've offered to read My Immortal, but you keep demanding that we finish the story of Raichuru Ketsukanenko Oni.
What?
Is that her name?
Yes.
Wow, I've been just
They
guessing
put
random
Black
Japanese
Cat
words every time I
Demon
write that.
into Babelfish. That is her last name.
Yo, Risen, can you like type that in the chat? Because I kind of want to put that in the video. Just to emphasize how stupid that is.
I will go find its proper spelling.
Later.
And like I said, it's literally just they put Black Cat Demon into Babelfish for, you know,
Oh,
English to
never
Japanese,
mind.
and there you go.
Never mind then.
No, I'll get it, don't worry.
No, if it's that basic, it doesn't deserve it.
I mean, you should also probably post a link to the Blood Raining Night anime if you're gonna do all this in the video.
No, because the thumbnail is very unfortunate.
Yeah, that's right, it is.
I got a feeling I don't want to know. But hey, now we're just gonna huck a, apparently that's a maggot, which I sincerely doubt.
It's a sea maggot.
Those are things?
That
I
looks
don't
more
know,
like
I
a
don't
snail.
think so. Yeah, it's a snail, but... They were originally called sea maggots.
Oh,
I can't hit this guy for whatever reason.
it's a very fast snail. Have you considered salt?
That would be a good idea. Just bring like a pound of salt here.
This expedition.
You know, that would be kind of cool if there were like items you could buy, much like the band-aids and the herbs that are meant to fight enemies with, instead of, you know,
Yeah.
help yourself.
That'd be interesting.
It's just like, pound of salt. What the fuck would you do with this? You see a snail?
Ah, the solution, finally.
Just have pocket sand for whenever you fight bandits.
Hell yeah! That'd be great.
Also, I should have mentioned this way earlier in the video when we started the dungeon, but Chitlin, remember in one, like 2 or 3 episodes ago when we were talking about modding, how you said you would change the layout of the hallways?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, they did that for me.
I was gonna say, I think they listened to this LP, because wow, that was really convenient.
Spot on.
Like, it used to be just 4 tiles every room. You're probably going in a cardinal direction, but now it's like dungeons turn, dungeons curve, the distances are... Interesting note about Finale, if you miss, the sound clip is different. Like, if you land a hit, the audience cheers and and roars like they're excited. If you miss, you get like... you get the medieval equivalent of like the loser's buzzer.
Perfect.
You hear honks and laughs of disappointment.
You're a really shit jester, people are laughing at you.
I mean, isn't that what jesters are supposed to do? Make people laugh?
Yeah, but see, they're laughing at you because you're bad, not because you're funny.
Yeah. Man, even 2 fish are fucking debilitating. They do so much damage at this level.
And yet you're fine. I see nothing wrong with your situation.
Aside from the fact that my fucking fucking jester keeps missing.
I
A
mean,
bit of an issue, yes.
that's barely a problem.
Ow.
He's fine.
I am fine, but I love to be absolutely secure.
Yeah, it annoys me.
It annoys Chill. Fucking really? Ah.
He's been disheartened. He did a bad performance and now he can't go on.
He has a de-inspiration dice.
Well, I mean, you fucking try combat after you've been booed. It's hard.
It's like, I'll just poke him with a knife. Oh no, I missed. Fuck.
He's waiting for his comeback tour.
That's the 4th time, Vidate! What the hell?
I'm sorry, but your jester's all washed up, and then he's gonna, you know, go on a journey of self-discovery or something, and then he's gonna come back and reunion tour.
Merely a
No, it'll be like when those fucking artists on Comedy Central start going down, and then you just don't remember them anymore. So you only ever see like their early work on TV. That's what we're gonna see happen to the Jester. He's just gonna disappear into obscurity, but everybody's just gonna play his better stuff.
Oh, so he's gonna be one of the people who appear on roasts.
Hey, it's a new
And
enemy.
nowhere else. Ooh.
Oh.
So
I like that new anime.
So here's the Squiffy Ghast. I'm gonna let y'all know right now, we're not gonna see it here, but he is the enemy equivalent of a finale jester.
Sweet.
You actually get an achievement if you kill a Squiffy Ghast with a jester.
Nice.
You know what that achievement is called?
What?
It's called Mine Goes to 11.
Good.
Now we will go into detail on what the Squiffy Ghast does next episode, because for whatever reason he doesn't do his gimmick here. Because I know he sticks around for one more attack, but for whatever reason he doesn't really do his thing. Oh, never mind. I think it might be another one, because I know there was one here that does the basic attack twice and doesn't do the finale. Because when I was recording this, I was like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, it's the new monster. And then I'm just like, that was it? But let me tell you, you must respect the Squiffy Ghast. He is a force to be reckoned with.
It's hard to with a name like that, but I'll take your word for it.
I mean, I kind of don't want to kill him. I mean, he's just having fun on his barrel, but...
He's just a cool dude having a fun time.
Also, man, V-Datu got brained really fucking hard.
Yeah, Skull Toss is kind of worse than the Squiffy Ghast ever was.
I think it's because the Ghast never got the chance to use his ability, he was so slow. An interesting note, like a day or two after Radiant mode came out, they actually had to buff Squiffy Ghast because everybody just kept stun locking him.
Amazing.
Like his initial stun rate was 75%, I want to say. Then after like a day or two, it became 120. Also, interesting note from people in the regular Darkest Dungeon thread on SA. They were figuring things out, and Squiffy is an old archaic term for drunk. So, really, a champion dungeon is just a drunk zombie.
Exactly. There we go.
Tequila,
That's a dungeon I can get behind.
Tequila Zombie has freed himself from his shackles and is now doing his own thing.
So, where can I get stats for that for Dungeons and Dragons?
I think you would have to make your own, unfortunately, because I don't think Gary Gygax ever considered, you know, a drunk zombie as a villain.
The greater the glory.
Yeah, the one thing I've discovered
I
about
would
Dungeons
like
and Dragons
to
is
suggest
it's
that-
very limited in imagination.
Well, for 5th,
I would like to actually disagree with that statement. There's some gems in old editions of D&D. Like, the what is it called? It's like the adhesiver or something.
Adhere.
Basically, it's a mummy. Yeah, an adhere. Or you have the wolf in sheep's clothing, which is a stump with tentacles. The various modrons, those are fun.
the Mordrins are pretty great.
The Slade, and not just the regular Slade, but the God Slades.
Oh, you're
One of
talking
them's
about
just a
the
really skinny dude wearing on a dragon with a scythe.
Yeah, I think with the latest thing for D&D, they've mainly been saying they didn't produce much, but they just told players, yo, you could just make your own.
Yeah.
Because stat blocks are a lot easier to work with.
I think I've seen at least one Darkest Dungeon homebrew for Dungeons and Dragons 5e. It was like a leper enemy. So if you want to beat up the leper, there's your stat block.
Why would you want to beat up a nice boy like that? The leper's a good boy.
I don't know.
By the way, look who's back. It's our friend Squiffy.
Yeah.
I kind of want to call him Squiffy Granola.
Oh man, hang on a second. I gotta fucking. Hang on a second. I gotta type this in Discord.
And his basic stress attack is not that interesting.
It's
No.
mainly meant to get him to the front row, because his big attack can only be done from the front row.
Well, I mean, the finale Jester's Dirk Stab is actually very effective at killing people. So
Yeah.
I figured the basic Squiffy Gast attack would be more effective at stressing people out.
Yeah, here's where it happens. I was wondering... Right here I was wondering, is that it? Like, this is the new champion monster? The interesting thing, though, is that... Well, 50 damage crit.
Yeah.
But, his quote-unquote Dirk Stab hits you with, more stress damage until camping.
Oh.
Now, naturally...
Oh.
Now, naturally, you could just, herb that away, but, with that skill and a follow-up,
Triumphant pride precipitates
pain.
a dizzying fall.
Yeah.
By the way, have you seen the bottom row of my treasure?
It's very shiny.
I mean, it's almost worth coming to the dungeon for.
That's what... Now, Chitlin, I don't know how far you got in your file, but, doesn't something look odd here?
I think that one guy got a new hat.
Yeah, that's a new type of thief that's not supposed to be here, but Radiant Mode decided, yo, I think thieves need more personality, let's just send these guys out and about now in the champion mode.
There you go.
That gun dude, very threatening compared to his little brother. Mainly because of this. Gunshot, normal, yeah, but it also does stress damage to everyone now.
Ow. Oh, he's fast.
That too. So, given circumstances, he too can pile stress damage on you.
So it's key to beat him up first, or as soon as possible.
Yeah, typically you would ignore the gunner because it doesn't do dick all, but now he's a lot more of a threat.
It's because the wolf hat.
Yeah.
It empowers his gun.
Yeah, it's actually a trinket. It's a +2 range damage.
Adds a fucking attack rider to his stuff. Does psychic damage. Man, fucking all this editing and still so much in this dungeon. There's so many fucking fights. I don't think I should have gotten that shovel though.
Just mosey on backwards out of the room. Oh look, more cultists.
Yeah. Oddly enough, the cultists don't really get threatening until the final dungeon.
They look more badass than they are.
Yeah.
Skull mask, Wolverine claws.
Iron Crown.
I mean, they kind of
Yeah.
always reminded me of that one enemy from RE4. The guy you fight in the cage.
Oh, you mean the guy that you used the bells against?
Yeah, that guy.
Oh yeah,
That was a fun fight, I like that.
yeah.
Shit, I want to play Resi 4 again.
It's a good game.
It is a good game. I've always considered these guys Vega. But they don't do the cool shit that Vega does in Street Fighter.
Yeah.
They don't look nearly as flamboyant as Vega.
Well, naturally. They're cultists, not, not party boys.
I wouldn't join a cult if they weren't flamboyant. What's the fucking point?
I would totally join a Vega cult. Just saying.
Yeah,
Cult of
that's a cult that I can get behind.
Damn it. If I cared about thumbnails, I would have to make the thumbnail for this video like Vega in a cultist outfit. Join the Hee-Yo cult. How does he get this voice that high? It fucking hurts.
Lots of training, probably.
Does
He's
it
a professional
every day.
voice actor.
Yeah.
It's almost like Capcom paid him for his voice.
I mean, he could probably do a Boston accent. That's how good he is.
Quiet you. For those that are wondering, once upon a time we did a
Pretty sure we explained this joke already.
Yeah. Basically, we streamed Evo, and at one point I decided a dinosaur was Bostonian, and everybody was wondering what the fuck I was doing.
Mind that such missteps are the exception, and not the rule.
Hey, look, money
Sounds
saving.
about right.
I actually had a issue here because I didn't know what I wanted to get rid of, but I decided to go with the choice of guaranteed removal of a reinforced trait. And honestly, the Vestal has the worst ones.
I mean, none of them are really awful.
Finally your Vestal can gamble again.
Thank God.
Yeah, and now my group can starve in 2 times speed.
Yes.
Yeah, that...
Now it must be carried home.
Hey look, more thieves.
Yeah, because of that town event earlier, I had a starvation proc, and I didn't like it.
Oh, is that a new, sword guy?
That is indeed a new sword guy. How could you tell?
He, has a different hat.
He's also fucking
His helmet
dead.
looks like they took a sheet of metal and they fired a gun through it.
Yeah. Yeah, I never did understand their masks. A little goofy to me, but whatever. It looked pretty imposing.
Yeah.
It's more intimidating than functional.
I mean, I definitely thought he was more interesting before he got one-shotted, so, I mean, I
Yeah.
guess that's something.
Well, you gotta give the Jester some credit. He's really fucking good at just murdering a dude.
Fucking owned him on Twitter, that's how good he is.
Just fucking find Wolf Henchman number 5 and just say, hey, you're a piece of shit.
Fucking savage.
Look at all these gems. My god. And now the final fight.
Can't believe we're finally here. Oh, Matt, we haven't seen one of those in a long time.
Yeah. My buddy the Madman who accused one of my Vestals to death.
Yeah,
That was funny as hell.
great.
I don't like him. Now, if you're wondering why this fight is taking the rest of the video, take a look at this douchebag in the second row. You know why. But yeah, fucking how much money is that? That's, 1750, so that's, I want to say that's 3,500?
I mean, they're going to give you a readout of how much money you get at the end of the mission.
35.
Don't actually
Yeah.
have to do math.
Well, I like to do it ahead of time, so that's 3,500, 4 times. 3,500, that's, 70,000. No, that's not right. That's 7,000. That's a lot of money.
14,000
Yeah, 14 plus the,
gem rolls.
plus the, 10,000 for the gems, plus the 5,000 from the cape. I made bank this episode. To the point
Yeah.
where I had to, like, put it on Twitter immediately after, because I was like, yay, this is great.
Didn't even have to bring
I
the
did
aquarium.
so good in my own LP.
Yeah. I'm the best in my own LP.
It's hard not to be.
It's hard not to, like, brag about the game when you have 280 hours in it at this point. Though I will say one problem with this group in that while it's really good at just outright murdering dudes, anti-protection is a problem and corpse removal is a problem.
I did always like stuff like the occultist poisoning corpses,
Well,
and then them dying over time, or making corpses bleed.
that's the Plague Doctor, but yeah, the
Or
occultist...
yeah, the Plague Doctor.
The occultist has a move that's just, you know, a tentacle coming out and pulling a dude that also takes all the corpses. That thing's great.
Yes.
Oh, God. I hate fighting these things so much.
One day, Wang. One day you will learn to appreciate a pistol artillery.
No.
It's gonna be in the final episode of this show, people. Mark my words, you're gonna kill the final boss with Abyssal Artillery.
No. No. Like,
Abyssal Artillery, you fire a giant squid out of a cannon.
basically,
Oh,
but
yeah.
the squid is so pathetic. In a situation where we're doing upwards from 15 to 50 points of damage, Abyssal Artillery can't even break 10 at this point in the game.
Shame.
I don't know why. I always kill everything with that move.
That skill is fucking pathetic.
Hey, look, food.
Hey, look, Undead Slaying Ring. It's a shame that we're in the late game and I don't need it.
Well, I mean, you're going up against the Necromancer again for the last time.
Yeah, but at this point...
I mean, you're not going to equip that going up against the Necromancer, so I guess you actually don't need it. But,
Yeah.
Handsome reward for a task
Yes,
well performed.
What do I ditch? Yeah, there we go.
yeah.
Mo money, no problems. And, you know, just for shits and giggles, a torch.
Should have probably thrown away those,
At last,
heirlooms you got.
wholesome marine life
Maybe.
can flourish.
I do kinda need them for, like, you know, putzing around.
Yeah, but think of the money.
So that is 47,000 gold. And yes,
Yeah.
I took a screen cap there.
Good.
Now we have a bunch of
I'm
level
glad that
6s.
captured.
And a lot of good traits too. Like I would have preferred
Manslayer.
I would have preferred keeping Warrior Light, but Manslayer's pretty good. So yeah, next time on... So that's the last basic run of Darkest Dungeon. No more of these 50-minute episodes unless we're fighting the cannon again.
Woo.
And yeah, next time on Darkest Dungeon, we're fighting the Siren.
Hell yeah.